My name is Miss Schumacher, and this is science class for pre-kindergarten and kindergarten, but all are welcome. Today, we are going to study the effects of sunlight. You will need your observation eyes and your thinking brains. Before we get started, let's take a review. Let's think about something that we have already learned about: the weather and the seasons. We are going to check in with some of our junior meteorologists who have been making collages. That's right, they have been putting together ideas about what they do and see during the 4 distinct seasons.
El season que más me gusta es el summer porque hace calor.
Wow! Those collages were amazing. Have you been checking on the weather outside your window lately? Let's check in with a junior meteorologist who has been starting to track his data, his weather data.
This is my whole week of weather that I have tracked according to the graph that I have provided below. We only have 1 day of snowing, 2 days of cloudy, and 4 days of sunny and cloudy. I used to track my weather by drawing. What day of the week is having that weather?
Wow! I want to take a moment to talk about this data. How has this student tracked his observations? Did you hear him talk about putting the days of the week in order? Can you say them with me? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Did you get your tongue out for that one? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's right. This junior scientist made an observation every day of the week. How many observations did he make in 1 day? Did you say 1? You were right. He made 1 observation each day. But what impressed me most about this junior scientist's work is that he compiled his data. He took his data and put it in a graph. Take a look at the bottom of the graph. He has the types of weather: snow, cloudy, and partly cloudy, partly sunny. Over here, on going from the bottom to the top, he has numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look. He took his data from this chart and then graphed it. He started at the bottom and said there were how many days that it was snowy? That's right. Just one. On Tuesday, it was snowy. Then he looked and said, how many days was it cloudy? Came over here and said, 1, 2. He started at the bottom and filled it in. 1, 2. Last, he looked at how many days it was sunny and cloudy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, he started where? At the bottom and colored in 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of his graph. Using the graph, what weather had the most? Did you say this one, where it was sunny and cloudy? That's right. This one had the most days. I was very impressed with this graph. How have your noticings been? Your weather observations. Last week, we started to compare amounts of daylight. This week, we are going to start to think about the effects of sunlight. We need to do this by asking questions about what we observe about sunlight. We have been learning that the sun lights the Earth's surface. Now it is time to learn a different job of the sun. When the sun shines, it will heat the Earth's surface. Take a look at this image. What is happening to the icicle? Can you tell? What effect does the sunlight have on the icicles? Did you say that the sunlight is heating the icicles and the icicles are melting? Because you are right. The icicles are melting because the sun is warming the Earth's surface. When thinking about the effect sunlight has, we looked at the sunlight affecting icicles where it could be very cold and warmth is needed. We looked at how sun affects where there might be ice and it would warm the ice and melt the ice. But how does sun affect a place on Earth that is always hot, like the desert? What do you think? Will the plants and animals in this desert be affected by the sun differently than the plants and animals in this climate? Take a look at these two images. We just talked about how the sun warms the earth. And if it is a very cold place, the sun might have icicles melting. But what if we're on a place of the earth where it is always warm, where it is very sunny, and the sun causes the place to be very hot? Will the plants and animals be affected differently than in this climate? Your job as junior scientist this week is to continue to use your observation eyes and your thinking brains to notice how sunlight affects plants, animals, and humans. Take a look at Snoozy. What is she doing? She is trying to get to natural light. That's right. I notice in my house how plants and animals will gravitate towards natural light. Snoozy loves to take naps in the sunlight because she gets nice and warm. That's an effect the sunlight has. We will continue to study the effects of natural light next week. Thank you for learning science today with me, Miss Schumacher. It's not time to go yet, though. It's time for PE with Coach H. Enjoy physical education. See you next week.